Polkadot is not performing. But then again, in all fairness, neither is the broader crypto market right now. In fact, if you list the top 100 crypto projects by market cap on CoinGecko, it's hard to find any hints of green these days. With Polkadot, we have to ask the question, is .dot undervalued right now, or is this the end of a once very promising project? You may actually be surprised to learn that the Polkadot team have been working pretty hard behind the scenes during all of this market bloodshed. We're going to investigate that further and answer that question as to whether now truly is a good time to load up on more DOT. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie and this is Altcoin Buzz. All the best of luck if you choose to invest. Maybe that's into Polkadot, maybe that's into other altcoins. I hope you do very, very, very well, and I mean that genuinely. But of course, I'm not a financial or investment advisor, so please remember that this video is not official financial or investment advice. Let's begin by talking about the importance of RWAs on Polkadot, because two major features are currently unfolding right now in Polkadot, in that ecosystem. So for starters, and as I just mentioned, there's its entry into RWAs, that's real world assets. And the second big step is the JAM, the JAM Whitepaper, which is effectively Polkadot 2.0. More on this shortly, but let's first talk about those RWAs. We've identified RWAs as one of the most important crypto narratives for this bull run, along with a couple of others like artificial intelligence and DePIN. And the idea behind RWAs is that you can tokenize pretty much any real world asset. And that means you can turn that asset into an NFT on chain. And all of this is super relevant because earlier this year, as a quick reminder, BlackRock started to focus specifically and pretty aggressively actually on RWAs. BlackRock, of course, being one of the biggest global investment management companies. You may love them, you may hate them, but the fact is they are market movers and they are kind of reinforcing and validating this narrative as we see it. And if they do indeed choose to go full speed headfirst into RWAs, then that's definitely something that you're going to want to pay attention to. Many predictions out there suggest that by the year 2030, the United States stablecoin market could hit upwards of $3 trillion. That sounds like a lot, and it certainly is, but by comparison here, the RWA market could hit between $10 and $16 trillion by the same time. And in a best case scenario, we're looking at $68 trillion. That's trillion with a T. It just kind of depends on whose prediction you choose to believe. Either way, it gives you an idea of the potential that RWAs hold. Before the current market went sour, RWA projects were actually recording pretty big price increases, and I expect that to come back once altcoin season really picks up. So what are some of the RWA markets out there? Well, in general, the idea is that you can tokenize pretty much anything. However, the most common markets in terms of practice and what we've seen so far, applications, those tend to be real estate, stocks, commodities, precious metals, artwork, government treasuries, and corporate bonds. And so they range from pretty straightforward assets to instances where they're more complex. A simple sample remains real estate because the reality is that a lot of us can't afford, for example, a $1 million house. However, if you choose to fractionalize that asset into 1,000 or more parts, maybe 1,000 is too much, but however many parts you want, well, anybody can afford a fraction or a chunk of that more valuable whole, of that $1 million house. Tokenization thus reduces counterparty risk, which in turn makes it more cost effective. And so as a result, it reduces administrative and security costs. And at the same time, an asset's productivity increases. And these are just some of the reasons why tokenization is going to continue to grow exponentially. This Altcoin Buzz Spotlight video is brought to you by CoinEx, which is one of the best exchanges you probably haven't heard of. But just like Gate.io or MEXC, they offer a lot of coins. However, most importantly, they offer the high quality coins that you actually want. We're talking over 800 coins in over 1,200 trading pairs, which are available. And if you like futures or perpetuals trading, then CoinEx has a great offer for you. This is started on June 6th, so it's ongoing, and you can share in a prize pool of up to 15,000 USDT. All you have to do is trade at least 15,000 DT in futures in order to qualify. So if you want to trade futures, if you want to set up an account on CoinEx and earn some extra USDT while you do so, check out the link in the description of this video for more details. Let's talk now about some of the RWA projects that are already on Polkadot, because we actually have quite a few examples here, including Centrifuge here at number 1. Centrifuge is one of the RWA OG projects, and it tokenizes private credit. They've actually already financed $604 million in loans and tokenized 1,418 assets. Its TVL, that's total value locked, grew by 30% year over year. And their TVL is currently around $275 million. You can find their protocol, by the way, in Polkadot's and Ethereum's DeFi sector. And the idea is that it really bridges the TradFi and DeFi worlds effectively. Another very important RWA project on Polkadot is Excavate, which tokenizes real estate. They want to bring real estate to a larger group of people. And the project does this by making access easier by fractionalizing real estate. We expect the token to launch later this year together with their mainnet, and it's going to have features in place that will confirm the existence of the property and if its price is fair. There will also be a marketplace for their real estate listing, so stay tuned for that. Next up here, we have Fiken Network, which is active in the energy market, which of course is a pretty interesting market with very high potential. And Fiken is going to offer GRWAs, or green RWAs, which aims to reduce fossil fuel consumption. Green and renewable energy is, for example, wind, solar, biomass, or geothermal energy. Fiken's mainnet and token should launch later this year in 2024. That's going to be called Energy Web, whose ticker in all likelihood will be EWT. Energy Web tokenizes green and renewable energy assets. It's a nonprofit organization. It wants to maximize the value of clean and distributed energy resources. The platform has gained trust from some pretty big energy giants, so Shell, T-Mobile, and Deloitte.
And so if this market pulls back hard under this level and then consolidates and comes back, we're likely to sell and stall.
And this brings us now to Polkadot 2.0. Officially, that is the JAM Whitepaper, JAM. So what does this bring to the table? There are lots of features that are going to be integrated, including 3 main features that we're going to be discussing. Just keep in mind that full integration will probably take a little while, but let's get to those 3 main features. First of all, there's asynchronous backing. And look, without getting too technical, basically what this does is it boosts the parachain throughput and efficiency. Performance goes up by a factor of 10. Blocks become 4 times bigger, and it's going to take 6 seconds instead of 12 seconds to produce. So this is going to allow for higher transaction volumes, optimized consensus, and all around greater flexibility. The second main feature here is agile core time, which is going to offer improved dynamics and more flexible resource management. This is going to eliminate the need for long-term slot auctions, and it's also going to lower the barrier to build on Polkadot. Developers can buy this core time on demand or in bulk if they want for up to 28 days in advance. It also uses resources much more efficiently. And at number 3, we have elastic scaling, which allows parachains to scale dynamically. This enables higher throughput and faster transaction processing, and it improves performance and reduces overall costs for projects. And so really, Polkadot 2.0 shows us 3 big positives that it's bringing. For developers, it offers a lot more adaptable and cost-effective environments for building dApps. For enterprises, 2.0 provides the scalability needed to handle large volumes of transactions and users. And in terms of the ecosystem, 2.0 encourages broader adoption and innovation within the Web3 space. So in all likelihood, this should bring fresh blood and energy into the Polkadot ecosystem. Polkadot is definitely a project that's been pretty near and dear to our hearts. It's certainly a fan favorite among altcoin enthusiasts. What are your thoughts on Polkadot? Is this a project that is past its prime? Are these new features impressive to you? Are they actually going to improve the chain and its ecosystem? And perhaps more importantly, from your perspective, the price of DOT during this bull cycle and beyond. What do you think about all-time highs? Are those imminent? Are those something of the past that we're not going to see again? Curious to hear your thoughts about all things Polkadot and DOT, the token. Let me know your feedback and your point of view here in the comments below.